Hey y'all, my name is Christina. I thought I'd use these gratuitous selfies to introduce myself and welcome you to my channel. I'm pretty awkward right now, but I'm sure I will end up figuring it out over time. I'm still new. Getting into the look, I'm going to start with my Anastasia Dipbrow in auburn, and since watching people do their eyebrows can be pretty tedious, I'm just going to jump right over to when I'm done, and then I will go in with the teal from the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, the original one, not the second one, and kind of set the dip brow with those, and I'm going to jump right over to when I'm done with that as well. But I just wanted to make my eyebrows match my hair because I have teal roots right now. And once I finish that, I'm going to set with the NYX Control Freak setting gel, and then I will carve up my brows with my Tarte Shape Tape. I am in the shade Fair, and I just use a small angled brush to do that. It's not really any specific special one. I just find that it gives me the most control over what I'm doing, and if I mess up, it's not really like a huge mess up where I have to completely go back and redo my whole eyebrow. I did, however, mess up when I was doing this. When I was doing my other eyebrow, I managed to take off too much color and I blacked it out and really messed up the shape. So you'll see me go back in and fix that. And right there is the mess up. I did edit a lot of stuff out, but I figured I'd leave that in just because, a lot of my family, they ask me about doing makeup and stuff, and they assume that I get it right the first time every time, and, I'm not. I mess things up. I have to fix them. I spend extra time because I totally messed up my brows, or my liner came out wonky or uneven, or, sometimes that's just the way things go, and you can do what you gotta do. I'm going to put Shape Tape all over my eyelids, and that's what I use as an eyeshadow base. It's never failed me, so I don't plan on changing it. I'll blend it out with my beauty blender. Well, not a beauty blender, it's a Real Techniques sponge, but it's just as good. I've had both. And today I will be using my Naked Heat palette for the majority of it, and I'm going to show it to you, and it's going to be upside down because, life. And I'm going to go in with the shade Chaser first, and I'm going to just put that all over to just kind of set that concealer, because if I don't, then it makes it really hard to blend, and a lot of the looks today are all about blending. After that, I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Sauced, and I'm just going to take that into my crease. I'm going to blow it out pretty high up towards my brow and outwards. I wanted this to be kind of a, not extreme smoky eye, but just a little more intense than like a daytime kind of look. And then just blending. And then I am going to take Heat Level on a more, it's still kind of fluffy, but I wouldn't know what kind of like a packing brush, I guess. It's from Sonia Kashuk, and I'm just going to take Heat Devil and kind of put it in my crease. I'm going to keep it lower and a little more in. I'm going to try to, I go back in with the blending brush because I had some harsh lines, and that's really not what I want in this look. And I'll pack it on all the way to my inner corner. And I'm going to take a very thin tapered brush, and I'm going to use the shades En Fuego and Ashes combined. I just kind of go back and forth between the two, and I'm going to put that just really thinly in my crease. I'm going to be using a gold shade for my lid, so I just wanted this to really deepen that crease and make it stand out a little more as well. And I'm going to blend that out some more. And I'm just going to keep blending and blending. Kind of check it and make sure that they're even. And then I'm going to go in with Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Cheap Date. And I'm just going to use my ring finger so I don't apply too much pressure, and apply that all over my lid. And then I'll use a blending brush to just kind of meld that gold in with the reds. I don't want it to be completely lost, so I'll add a little more, but I just don't want it to be completely blended, but not a harsh line either. And I'm going to clean up any fallout, and I'm going to clean it up to where it's like a sharp-ish kind of line. This isn't a super, angular kind of look, but I did want the shadow to end where my wing did, so I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Makeup wipe kind of left my face wet. And then I'm going to use the NYX matte liner, and I start in like the middle of my eye, and then I go into the corner and kind of thicken it up, and then I will draw out my wing. But everybody does it different, so if there's a way that works better for some people, then more power to them, because I can't do the like one swoop wing. I wish I could, but I still think it came out okay. And at this point, my eyeliner decided to take a crap, but luckily, us makeup addicts, I had a backup, and just kind of started in with that one and blackened up where the other one had kind of given up on me. I'm not sure if you can hear my dog barking downstairs, but if you can, I'm sorry. She's not really one that telling her to stop works. Trying to keep those wings even. It doesn't always work out the best, but I think I got it all right today. And I'm just going to moisturize and skip past that, and then I'm going to prime and skip past that. To moisturize, I use the Neutrogena Deep Moisture with SPF, and then for primer, I use the Tarte Poreless Primer, and I am going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation in shade 1 and blend it all out super magically fast. And then using my Tarte Shape Tape again, I'm just going to conceal under my eyes. I don't use it on my nose because every time that I have it's separated really bad. It's just too thick for my nose. And blend that all out with my Real Techniques sponge and set it all with my MAC powder. I did forget to set my under eye separately. So, you know, just don't make that same mistake. I didn't realize it till I went to go put the shadow under my eyes and I had kind of creased a little bit. But I'm just going to put that all over my face. Just kind of set it, mattify, all that fun stuff. And I'm going to use my Shade and Light Kat Von D contour palette. And I use the taupiest shade on the far left. And an angle, this is actually a foundation brush, but I found it just really applies that contour. Not like, I don't like a super duper intense contour, mainly because I got a chubby face and I don't want super angular lines. I've just found that they don't really work out for me, but I do try to get under that chin and around my forehead, and I mean pretty much all the regular places that one would contour. And then I'll use like a smaller eyeshadow brush to do my nose, and I just do up the sides and then just a little V kind of on the bottom, on the tip of my nose. Making sure everything's even there, and a little harsh, so I used my whatever was left on my powder foundation brush to blend it out. And then I'm going to use the shade Stunner in my Pro Glow palette, which I dropped, and just highlight the ever-loving crap out of my cheeks, and then I'll put a little bit on the tip of my nose. I don't usually go for a super strong nose highlight just because I don't feel like highlighting my nose. And then I'll go for that Cupid's bow there. Going back, I'm going to use, I got this in the Sephora free birthday gift. It's the Tarteist blush in Paaarty. And I'm not a super heavy blush user, so I just kind of use this fluffier brush to kind of sort of put some color back in my face. And then I'm going to set with the Urban Decay All Nighter spray and make a ridiculous face. And then going back into my heat palette, I'm going to use that same shade, Scorched, to kind of blend out underneath and kind of smoke out that bottom line. I try to make it meet my wing. And then I'll use a really teeny tiny little pencil brush and the shade Ashes, and I'll keep that a lot closer to the waterline. I'm not going to put any eyeliner in my waterline for this look. I just find it more comfortable. I'm just going to use regular, this is just my everyday mascara, the L'Oreal Voluminous, and skip right over putting mascara on because just about everybody knows how to do that. And I'm going to use the Koko lashes in Marilyn and skip over the application of those. If you want to know how I apply, just let me know and I'll film it. And I'm going to look around. I'm going to use and skip over me looking around, and then I'm going to use the MAC liner in Subculture, and I couldn't get it to focus, but I'm going to use the Cream Sheen Lipstick in Peach Blossom. You know, I love the liquid lipstick craze, but there's really nothing that kind of makes you feel as old school glamorous as applying a regular lipstick. And I didn't realize where my camera was. So, yeah, that's the end of it. Thanks for watching.